Hello YouTube, this is Taylor with CliffsOfClaven bringing you our next war recap, and I am happy to say that I am bringing you an epic clan war. Unlike our last few that I have posted recaps for, this clan actually put up quite a fight, and in fact they were ahead for the majority of the war, and we pulled ahead right at the end. So they used all of their attacks. Let's take a look at how they did. Their top bases did a fantastic job. They only got 1 star on our top base, but 2 stars on our Town Hall 11s, 3 stars on all of our Town Hall 10s, but it was their bottom guys that had a lot of trouble. They could not quite put the 3rd star on some of these bases, but some very close attacks. They had 89% against MikeyB, 95% against Mr. 007 Agent, 99% against Dark Cloud. So things just kind of went our way in this war. Over on our side, we had the exact opposite problem, which is that we had a ton of trouble at the top, only managing to put 1 star on their 2 and their 3. But we did get almost everything else 3-starred except for their number 8. This base right here, you can see that Mr. 007 Agent actually came in and got the 2-star for us. This base was attacked by 2 Town Hall 10s and our top Town Hall 9, and all 3 of them, including me, I was one of the Town Hall 10s that hit it. Me, the other Town Hall 10, and our top Town Hall 9 got 1 star against this base. And I'm just going to show the base. This is a base that just gives you the Town Hall for free. And we had 2 94%, one that was kind of in the high 80% and just ran out of time. So a little embarrassing that this base that basically gives you the Town Hall for free took 4 attacks to get 2 stars on it, and they were 2 dip attacks. Pretty embarrassing, which I think is par for the course for the Clavens. I want to start off by showing you a couple of dip attacks actually. This attack against number 4 was our Town Hall 11 coming down to hit a 10, but this was the attack that really sealed the war for us. This was a huge 3-star by Jake Diesel, and he's coming in with mass bowlers, and he's going to use a group with some healers down here to sort of make the funnel. Those bowlers are totally done for. They're going to get a few buildings cleared out, and then they're going down just because there's that cannon and archer tower on them. So they gave their lives for like 3 collectors, but they did their job, which was make the funnel. And then here comes the bulk of the force right up the middle. Those healers are going to reroute onto the bowlers. Huge amount of damage coming from those bowlers when they're all clumped up like that. In behind is the warden. Now, one of the problems with this base is that he has the clan castle very far down at the bottom, and the clan castle doesn't come out until the bowlers are already on that first Inferno Tower. Then he's got the freeze for the second Inferno Tower. The clan castle, I think, was poorly placed on this base because it did not become a factor until the bowlers were already cleaning out the center. After the center is cleaned out, there's still some high-level defenses, but getting those 2 Inferno Towers down is really all that he needed to do in order to make sure he was going to get the 3-star on this base. Still a ton of bowlers up with some healers on them. Got some giants that are going to come down here and start tanking for a little bit to get a little bit more value out of those bowlers that are not being healed. And then a few wizards, of course. The healers have peeled off onto his heroes, which is a little unfortunate. It would have been nice if they'd stayed down here on those bowlers. Those bowlers do get wiped out. But with his heroes all up, still has the Queen's ability and healers on them, he is going to have more than enough gas in the tank to get the 3-star. So I know this is a dip attack, but this was a huge 3-star for us that really helped us cement the win. So well done to Jake Diesel, dropping down, taking one for the team, and getting a clutch 3-star. Fantastic job. All right, we're going to take a look at one more dip attack. Town Hall 10 dropping down against a Town Hall 9. This is Rocco. Rocco had a 6-star war, had 2 pretty big Town Hall 9 3-stars for us. But I want to show you his 3-star against number 5 because this is the base that nobody wanted to attack. I'm going to pause it right here for a second. We debated this base, and several people said, I am absolutely not going to attack this base. I was one of the people that said, I do not think I can 3-star this base just because it looks so weird. And the reason that this base is tough is because it has all level 10 walls, which means Valks are going to have problems. You can't just go mass Valks because you're going to get hung up on these high level walls. And then Hogs are a little risky on a fresh hit because there's a whole bunch of places that bombs could be, and it's really hard to predict them. But Rocco comes up with a really fantastic way to pick this base apart, which is that he does a Queen Walk and then has 2 different groups of Valks that he uses in this attack. Almost all of his attacking force is Valks. So Queen Walk down here at the bottom, and he's going to let her work for just a little bit, and then he's going to drop his Valks in 2 different locations, which is, in my opinion, a little bit risky, but he did get the fresh hit 3-star. So there's the wall breakers to let the Queen in, and she's going to take care of quite one group of Valks in here over by the enemy Queen, and then he's going to send another group of Valks in here up at the top. So we're going to give that Queen just a little bit of time to work. Very long Queen Walk, but he's getting a lot of value for it. And in just a minute, the Valks are going to come in as soon as she gets that clan castle taken care of. So she's going to step up. Here comes the clan castle. Most of their clan castles had dragon and balloons in there. Couple of lava hounds, but predominantly dragons and balloons. So here comes the golem and the giant. A few wizards going to kind of help create that funnel for the Valks to go in. Queen is going to be just fine. She's going to continue to clean out some of those buildings down there. And then in just a minute, here comes a handful of his Valks. He only sent 4 Valks in, really just to take care of the queen and get that compartment cleared out. And then here comes the king working like a tank with some wizards behind him to funnel for his second group of Valks. So the wall breakers come in, those Teslas and Expo get onto them and unfortunately prevent the Valks from breaking in. No big deal. He's going to go ahead and send the Valks anyway. They are unfortunately going to wrap a little bit around the side. That rage is going to help them kind of burn through everything, and then jump spell right there to let them into that compartment. So nice job getting those Valks in there. This group of Valks down here is beating through this wall heading towards the town hall. Luckily there's no defenses that are targeting them. The queen is still up with all of her healers on her. She has done a huge amount of work, going to help take down that town hall. And then the Valks sort of group up a little bit. He does still have a heal spell left that he's going to save for this larger clump of defenses over here. But he just did such a fantastic job of completely picking this base apart, seeing the weaknesses, seeing how he could get those Valks in there. Really high level attack from Rocco, not at all the kind of thing we're used to seeing in Cliffs of Claven. Still ends up doing the mass Valk spam, which is sort of the Clavens go-to attack, but does it in such a smart way and picks up the fresh hit 3-star on the Town Hall 9 all of us were afraid of. So good job, Rocco, and excellent job on the 6-star war. All right, let's jump down quite a bit. We're going to take a look at Dark Cloud stepping up to take care of number 10. And he is doing it with a Mass Valk attack. A little bit different spell composition. In Clavens, we like to use Mass Valks with 4 heals because it's sort of the autopilot attack. But he's bringing a couple of rages and a jump spell. Starts his attack in kind of a weird spot, in my opinion, but is going to go ahead and wall breaker in, and then that's where the Valks are going to enter. These wizards over here are going to take care of the queen. He has brought a ton of wizards, and the bulk of them do actually survive for quite a while. I think he still even has some left at the end of the raid. There's the poison spell to help the wizards and the queen take care of that clan castle. Going to go ahead and drop a heal nice and early on those Valks to make sure they stay up. Now this is a ring base, and I think the idea of the base is to have the troops sort of funnel around the outside, but Cloud drops a rage and a jump, and the bulk of his Valks do go right in the center, and there is the second rage to sort of clean out the center of that base, and then they're going to start working on the walls to get back into the ring part of the base. He does end up losing the majority of his Valks down here, but this pack of wizards over here following these Golemites, getting a lot of value for those. The Golemites are eventually going to die, but the wizards just get a ton of damage in while that's being tanked. Valk's hitting the double bomb, so he loses those Valks, but it does save the wizards so that they don't step on that giant bomb. And then his heroes over here doing quite a bit of work. Still 1 Golemite left, but the king unfortunately has stepped in front of that Golemite, so the king's taking the damage. No big deal. Got the king's ability left. Queen is going to shoot over that wall to take care of the cannon, and then there's just 1 defense and a couple of cannons left, and he's got his heroes and a couple of wizards left. Nicely done, Dark Cloud, getting the 3-star for the Clavens. Okay, going to drop down a couple of spots and take a look at MikeyB hitting number 12. MikeyB with a fresh hit 3-star. I think Mikey used his first 2 attacks before anybody else in war attacked. He came out swinging. And so this was a really nice attack. He's got a queen wall going. Queen is going to get a huge amount of value. She's going to take down these point defense, and then she's just going to kind of work her way up around this side of the base. She's going to take care of the clan castle. Queen's going to stay up the entire raid, just does a really fantastic job of keeping that queen up and going. Pops the ability right there to keep her going. Hogs come in to pull the clan castle. He's going to drop the poison. Now the air defense is going to get on these healers. No big deal. He's going to go ahead and rage her up. She is going to be fine. Queen's going to stay up, do some really nice cleanup for him. Going to be a key. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I'm sure he's going to be okay. Bowlers in the clan castle come out. The healer does reroute over to the bowlers and the king. The king's doing a little bit of tanking. I do not believe that his intention was to lose the queen that early in the raid, but he does recover pretty nicely. I think he expected the queen to take out that part up at the top. She goes down and he just kind of adapts on the fly. Now this base is weird because it has all of these gaps right here in the walls that he sent his Valks through, and I was fully expecting there to be spring traps there. Like, why would you leave holes in your walls if you weren't going to have spring traps or something? But it didn't look like any of the Valks got flung by the spring traps. So he's just got these little gaps in the wall. I have no idea why, but makes it real easy for the Valks to just kind of run through and do their thing. The Valks are sort of dwindling right now, but the healers have latched on to his king, and the king is going to do a huge amount of tanking in this attack. With those healers on him, he's going to live right up until the end. I promise this time. It's not like the queen. The king really is going to live until the end of the attack. The Valks are going to go away. He's going to lose some wizards. He's got that one bowler that's going to make it a little bit longer because those healers peel off and take care of the bowler. But the king breaks in through the wall, and these little breaks in the wall just allow the king to kind of walk all the way across this inside section. So I don't really know what the idea was. There's a spring trap on that one. Gets one Valk. I don't know if that was worth it. I don't believe either the Valks just ran right over him or I missed it, but it didn't look like there were any spring traps in those gaps. So healers going to reroute onto the king, going to keep the king up. The king is tanking for both of the defenses that are left, which is huge because it means that bowler and those wizards are going to be able to shoot over the wall and take care of these last few buildings while the king is tanking. So good job on the 3-star, MikeyB, and this is kind of a weird base, but he picked the right attack for it and gets the 3-star for us. Well done. All right, let's drop down one spot and take a look at another guy with a 6-star war. This was Mason. Mason got 3 stars on 13 and 14. Well done. And we're going to take a look at his attack on 13. Bring in the Mass Valks with 4 heals, the Clavens special. 11 wizards that he's going to use to make the funnel on either side down here, and then he's going to send the Valks right up the middle. 4 heals to keep them alive basically throughout the entire raid. The walls in this base very low level. He's got a few level 8 walls and then some 6s and some 7s. Obviously this is a new Town Hall 9. He's got only a level 4 Archer Queen. It looks like he's got, I think those are level 2 Expos. The level 1's the white ones? I can never remember. I think those are level 2 Expos, but fairly fresh Town Hall 9, but guy really needs to work on his walls a little bit. It looks like maybe he did not max out walls when he was Town Hall 8, which means that it is go time for the Valks. Level 4 Valks just sort of shred through these walls like they're nothing. The dragon is staying alive a little bit, doing a little bit of damage to his Valks, so he goes ahead and drops the heal, and the queen steps up to take care of that dragon, so that works out nicely. The Valks are now in the core. He had a heal spell to fill them back up, and he's still got 3 heal spells left, so he's going to drop that next one here in just a minute. That wizard tower means bad news for Valks. Even low-level wizard towers can do quite a bit of damage to Valks just because they have that splash. And so now the Valks doing what Valks do. They're going to beat around to the outside and start taking care of these trash buildings because, well, that's really important. If you don't take care of those trash buildings, that elixir storage is dangerous. They got to take that out quick. Forget about the archer tower, man. These drills and storages, that's really the key right there. He has one wizard that's going to try to shoot over the walls. The Valks, unfortunately, are going to get out of range before it can take down that archer tower, so that was a little bit unfortunate. Just dropping his heal spells around the edge because that's where the Valks are going. They just smashed right through that low-level wall, and they're going to circle a little bit. Queen doing quite a bit of work here in the center. He has already popped her ability. Unfortunately, she is going to take down that mortar and then step into range of the archer tower and focus on that storage. I'm telling you, man, if the Valks had taken care of that storage, it'd be game over right now. The queen could take care of this base, but I guess the Valks decided that was not a tactical building to go after. They are going to beat through the wall to get to the wizard tower right as that wizard takes down the archer tower. So they're just going to turn right around and then beat through this other wall, take care of the wizard tower. That heal spell's very nice, keeping them alive while the wizard tower is shooting at them. And that is the 3-star for Mason. So good job, Mason, on one of your 2 3-stars. Really came through for us, getting some of those lower bases cleaned up. Excellent job. Okay, let's take a look at a Town Hall 8 attack, and then we'll wrap it up. This is Chief doing a double zap quake on their number 15. Going to zap these 2 air defenses down here and then bring his dragons in up at the top. Makes a very nice funnel for them and has those max balloons in his clan castle. Finally got his queen up to level 5, so he's got a queen ability to play with a little bit. So nicely done. I know this is another dip attack, but Chief is a very fresh Town Hall 9, still has those level 3 dragons, and he's got the level 5 Archer Queen and the extra spell, but we're going to go ahead and show this attack anyway, just because dragons are an important thing to know how to use, and Chief does a beautiful job making the funnel here. A couple of dragons on the corners, bulk of his force going right up the middle, and then once that air defense is down, that is when he's going to send in his balloons, which is an interesting choice to not send in the balloons before he gets the air defense down, but he wants to make sure that clan castle is taken care of, because those balloons are going to be pretty key cleanup troops. So there goes the air defense and the clan castle, and then here come the balloons. Going to get a huge amount of value for these balloons because most of the threat is gone. The dragons are out in front soaking up all of the bombs. There's a Archer tower left and then a couple of Teslas, but the balloons are going to have no problem taking care of those. Got the queen and the king over on the outside taking care of some of those buildings, and by the time that queen gets in range of the cannon, the balloons are going to be on top of it to take care of that. And then there's not too many defenses left that can actually attack the dragons. We're going to speed it up because the dragons move a little bit slow. You can see that this is clearly going to be a 3-star total domination. Still plenty of dragons left. So nicely done to Chief. Taking out his mirror, really. This is 15 on 15, but taking out that Town Hall 8. Very nice job. And good job to all of the Clavens. We came through in what was an extremely competitive war. And much like Forrest Gump, we came out on the other side of the Vietnam War. So well done to the Clavens. Fantastic job to Vietnam War. You guys put up a heck of a fight, and we really had to bring our A game. It was a team effort, except for our Town Hall 10s that couldn't even 3-star Town Hall 9 because they're terrible at Clash of Clans. Thank you all for watching. We will probably have a break before the next war recap because I think half of our clan is upgrading heroes right now. So once we have enough for another war, I will be back with more accidental 3-stars.